What's up, and welcome back, fellow Siege spectators and players. Now gather around, gaming enthusiasts. Tonight is the Skyline gaming community unveils the crescendo of tactical excellence. The grand finals here for Skyline. Get ready for a thrilling collision of elite operators, a showcase of strategic brilliance set to redefine gaming history. Welcome to the Skyline gaming community's Rainbow Six Grand Finals, where legacies take shape and triumph echoes through the digital battleground. I am the Reverend Whiskey Glitter, and with me, as always, my partner, my co-host, Mr. Whiskey Run. Say hello, Whiskey.
Welcome, everyone, to the Skyline Gaming weekly series for Grand Finals. Getting to see Army of 5 take on the MU clan in a best of 5. 5 maps, I mean, at least 3. You know, this is going to be fantastic getting to see what these guys can bring. Both of them did very well in the semifinals. We get to see, let's see, Kafe, Border, Oregon, Chalet, and finishing out on Club if required. That is a stacked lineup. Some maps we don't always get to see. Very rare, it seems like, to see Border in competitive play. So really looking forward to this.
Yep, so map number 1, Kafe. It is a best of 5. We're hoping to take it the whole freaking way. And here's the scenario. Will it be a three-peat here as Army of 5 currently sits 28-0 in their previous grand final appearances? So looking to start a dynasty here in the Skyline Gaming arena. And MU Clan looking to put a stop to that. Change the title, the throne, usurp! I'm hoping it's going to be a battle. I'm ready for it. Let's freaking go. The pinnacle of glitz and glam, we head to Kafe. Ayo.
Yeah, Kafe is the place to start, and I know we've talked about this briefly, but Army of 5 in grand finals recently is 28-0 on round count. They had not so far dropped a single round in their last 4 games or 4 maps. So this is, you know, it almost feels like it's too much pressure to live under, right? Like I almost want to see them drop 1. Just so we can take the pressure off, because 28-0 to go on 4 maps in a row in grand finals is just wild. This team has been playing together in an unbelievable fashion. And even last, when we saw the semifinals in the last game, it wasn't the full Army of 5 stack. They had 2 subs in. So tonight we've still got 1 sub in, but it's one of the members from the Army of 5 blue team, one of the guys you know and love. Hoji is in, but it is a stack that is going to be ready to compete.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I mean, who doesn't love a grand finals situation? It's all on the line. Big stakes, right? Real David versus Goliath scenario. We've been talking about that a lot in reference to Army of 5 and these maps that we get to go to see it. It's not going to be your typicals. It's not going to be your standards. We're going to get a little bit of excitement here in the Skyline Gaming Community Grand Finals for the weekly series.
That's right. We had one player, you know, have a little bit of an issue, and that, I know you call it out all the time, right? It wouldn't be live Siege without something happening. So, you know, we're just walking through it. 5 maps, though. I know you talk about wanting to go all the way the full distance, getting to see which team is truly the best over a course of most of the maps here in the competitive map pool. But man, that could go a really long time. We're getting pretty late here in NA if we go 5 maps, my friend.
Hey, I'm okay with that. Right? We've got no bias here. Everybody loves a war of attrition. Everybody loves a back and forth. Could you imagine a world where this evening, this Friday night fiasco, we get to see all 5 maps?
Oh,
I'm here for it.
hold on a second.
Uh-oh. Okay, a bit of a technical difficulty. So as they're getting their situations situated, and getting everybody into the server, we're going to take a quick pause. We just wanted to say hello and welcome, and we will get some Siege going for you. It's the grand finals here in the Skyline gaming community, and when we get back, it's going to be the start of that. Ayo!
Let's go.
What's up and welcome back, fellow Siege spectators and players. Host done. Hey, you know what? We got it out and over and done with. Let's go.
Yes, okay, absolutely.
So, map 1 whiskey. It's Kafe. What do we love? What do we hate?
Well, getting a chance to see Kafe. Kafe, the giant box, right? So much open space, so much vertical control. It's a 3-level map, kind of like a bigger version of Skyscraper, and just definitely a fun map for us to see. The question is, I'm not sure how many times we've seen Army of 5 on this map, but we know for sure that they love playing Mira here, so I'm wondering if we're going to see a target ban from the MU clan.
Yeah, Flores off the board first and foremost. It's essential, right? He's great for getting that pixel deployable down or any sort of little trappies that they put on New Hatch, Red, inside of Cocktail. So, of course, it's good to see him off the board. Doke will be the next to follow as we go in the standard ban line. Don't want to get those phone calls. This is a map that has a lot of potential for that roam game. Getting Dokeby out of there is going to add fuel to the fire. Maybe a Solus?
Solus seems like a good option here for Kafe. The question is whether or not targeted, or whether or not that's going to be the better map for the better op for this map or versus this attacking team.
And you called it. Army of 5 known for their use of the Mira. It's going to get banned out pretty quickly, and that's it. Flores, Dokeby, Azami, and Mira off the board. Leave some real fun operators to be attacking onto Kafe, and it looks like we're going to start with a bit of Tersh play here. We do talk about living in that age of verticality. Kafe is going to be no different. I like what we're bringing to the defense already.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they
Fun
can.
ops. This is a really fun defensive setup here for some Tersh site. Well, I guess it ain't Tersh site anymore, right? This is primary site. Head into reading and fireplace. On the defense, gonna be a little bit of slowdown cities. We're gonna see both Castle and Fenrir on the board. Both operators designed to funnel you, to slow you down. Solus to help suss out where the heck you're coming from and any of that gadget use. Legion with that recently reworked Goose. Absolutely devastating. And Nyx bringing out the dock, right? He's got the juice. Bring it back up to full health on one stem. I like it. On the attacking side of it, we're going to lock them in. If we've got verticality on board, we're going to be seeing her. Poggy bringing out the Ram. That thing out of Hemi. Be eating up a bunch of those floors, and it's going to be Nyx on the Stocky right out the gate. It's going to get a little damage, but it's Doc. He's going to stem himself right back up into it. So on a health versus health battle, the Fad Diet goes to Doc instead of Finka. Sheesh.
Well, what a run out to start the game. Wanted to put themselves on the map quick, set the level of aggression that they're going to play with, and I think it's going to make the Army of 5 team slow down their attack a little bit to start with. Just, they're going to be thinking about it a little differently every time now at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. And it does get traded. Dolly gets taken off the board. Solus, that's that intel. They can be so vital. You know where that push is coming. Going to take a couple of shots onto the piano area. Get up top as they make a new plan to go forward without their health on the board. Evened up here, so we got a minute 52. Anaclone going to take a look. Did he get misdroned? He didn't get misdroned, did he?
I think he did get misdroned. They not know Fenrir is inside of the cigar shop.
Heck, that could be pretty devastating, especially on the late round. And we do have Ram now making an entrance into the ticket area.
Oh. They knew. Dexy got him.
Yep. Dexy going to take reserve off the board, now giving body balance over to nobody as we get tied up on a 3-3. It's going to be PK taking the dome piece off. Nick's going to find it onto Icarus, and Wacko going to find one onto Dexy, now putting us into a 3v1 scenario. And he's trapped back in the corner, goes down, but peeks back up and loses his life for it, now into a 1v2. Still winnable here for this
Holy smokes.
Ram.
No way, I thought that he was going to win that fight with Crossfire coming. Now the distraction coming from the boogie drone.
Oh, takes a couple of shots onto the cocktail area through that freezer rotate. Lots of sound. Oh, takes the shot, but Pogi gonna be taken out of the game. PK gonna find his hit. And the round one for the defense.
Can we just talk about for a second that how did the observer's PC crash at 1 second away from starting that match?
You hear me say it before, and I'll say it again. If it's live Siege, we're gonna have some live problems, my friend. And you know what? Hey, we got it taken care of early. Now it's out of the way. Now we don't have to worry about it.
That's right. The RNG gods looking down on us from that perspective. You know what? I'm gonna take your optimistic view of this evening, my friend. Let's go.
Check out this defense as we head into round number 2 of map number 1. Just want to say a special thank you to everybody joining us for this grand finals. This promises to be an exciting one, and MU Clan up by 1 early. I like it. It's a good place to start. Got to figure out a way to set the pace against this really aggressive attack and defense team of Army of 5. It's a good way to stop it. Intel in the hands of the Mozzie, and bring that Wacko, bringing Solus back out as well. A little bit intel denies. Nick's going to bring the mute for this bottom hole. That's somebody who we don't get to see very often. Pogi bringing out the Ying. I like the call. Of course, we're going to see the Hatch Queen as verticality is necessary, but nobody specifically dedicated to the vertical, right? And in fact, we're all lining up at Bakery here. The repel upside down. Oh, my Lord. First one going to be taken off the board. Pogi going to find Wacko, but it is going to get traded out. Wacko going to fall to PK with that DMR, the long distance devastation. Oh my Lord, and look at this. Smoke's going to clear, and he's going to have a free look. But the thing is, if they're ready for it, he's going to get taken out immediately, and he's going to find the Thermite, but it is going to get traded out. The repel being devastating, as Icarus going to find himself 2 now. Body bounce tipped in favor of Army of 5, 3-2. Still winnable for this defense, but it is a long time. And with that, the triple kill, Icarus still on that upside down repel. Rough. It's going to be my coming in to take this gun battle.
Fighting battle, I love it.
Ooh.
Oh, Icarus almost got another, but no, Ying to cover. With both of them there, Wamai was going to have a heck of a swing, but no, unfortunately, doesn't pull it off. 1-1 as we go into round 3. What a way to start this best of 5.
That's right. Move over, Gordon Ramsay. That operator just got turned into a feast of his own. Defenders being the main course there. Man, Icarus just ate from that upside down repel. Holy cow.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
1-1 as we sit in peace. Yeah, you said it. A war of attrition, a back and forth, and we're just getting it started on map number 1.
Here we go.
So back up to the tippy top. Gonna take not back up, I guess. Gonna take it up to 3F. Gonna be our first time we're seeing it. Still gonna stick with some of that intel as both Valkyrie and Solus on the board. I don't want to deal with that smoke again, so guess who we're seeing? Newly reworked Tank Edition. Warden coming out.
That's right, 25 HP buff as far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely.
Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
I don't think we've really seen the drop off in pick rate potentially that Ubi was thinking we might get. Although we are, having a bit of a guess at what they were thinking. But
that hurt. Yep, that hurt. Wacko off the board early as Valkyrie going to be relegated to her own cams. Body bounce tipped in favor of Army of 5. Well, where we did see that change a bit, we saw it in the ranked pool. Definitely a decrease in at least that I've seen him.
That is true.
Wacko trying to get that spawn peak pays for the hubris. That was unfortunate. They are going to get the hatch open and start getting some verticality. Take a look on the inside. Notice that twice in a row.
We may have caster cursed the Army of 5 team here a little bit by saying we wanted to see him drop around because, okay, they got the one down, but it's still a team that can put up a lot of points here on the MU clan. But MU is a collection of some really great players. We're seeing the Outlast tags. We're seeing some other, I know it was in the chat, some of the other collegiate demons that bring this team together. Oh, look at this intel Solus is grabbing.
Yeah, now here's the question. Did she get spotted out by that drone as it came in? I know she didn't have... Oh. Okay.
I think it's likely she did.
Yeah. It's going to be the trade-out. Stock's going to lose his life.
No.
Pokey going to 5-1 onto the reserve, and Nick's going to take it on to Icarus. Now it takes us into a 3v3 as we even up on the body count here. Said move! I get caught slipping and ticket and get your ticket punched.
Wow.
Gonna look back at that VOD and wish he was just a hair to the right as he misses out on that chance. Still has one impact in hand, so still able to at least stop the point once, and there's the rest of that. Oh, perfect timing! Not gonna be able to capitalize in the construction from above. Now takes us to a 3v2 as Solus has to rotate back up. PK not gonna be dismayed. It's gonna find the dome piece of Dexy. Gonna get traded out onto Nyx as the rotate was coming around. All now on the shoulders of the Mute, who sits 5-1, has a C4 in hand. Oh my lord.
They didn't know where he was.
That was tough. The quick peek, and now it's ring around the rosy. They are going to find each other. It's going to be Piku to clean that one up. MU clan now up by 2.
Yeah, what a round, and taking outs again. We saw Padip giving the interview. PK. Yeah, we got a chance to talk to the IGO here. So that was IGO getting taken down as the last man standing. Army of 5 down now. 2-1 round 4. Still really early in this best of 5.
That's right, baby. That's the round rotate done and gone for the first half of map number 1. We're going to see him take it back down to the bakery. For number 2, a little bit of standard here, so we're going to see the breach denial make its way onto the board. Nick's bringing out the Bandito. Still gonna stick with that intel. We talk about it being so vital. You've seen it, of course, every single round so far. Whether it's a Solus, a Mozzie, or a Valkyrie.
That was one thing that the MU clan didn't bring the last time they played Bakery was the breach denial. The Army of 5 team brought Thatcher, but he was taken off the board as the first kill really quickly and early in that matchup. But maybe the breach denial here is going to be the difference maker.
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
Yep. We'll check it out. Ying back on the board to be a bit of a menace as only she knows how. And yet again, we're not going to see any of that, those vertical ops going to be brought here for this bakery. So they're going to leave maybe some of that, at least flush out whoever's sitting up there, I'm sure. But for the most part, going to be kind of a centralized push. They do have kind of a brute tactic when they just all push in together like that. Oh, look at this. C4 gonna fall. Unfortunate.
Oh, he took out his own bandit battery, didn't make it over the wall.
Who hasn't been there?
I think I did that earlier today.
I was about to say, I think you even did that today. Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna see some flashes starting to ring out. Icarus on the upside down rappel again, gonna take a couple of body shots. Not gonna find anything over. There it is. Night. Icarus still getting active up on this upside down rappel. Whiskey, write it down.
Absolutely. It's already written down. We're here.
That's right. Everybody getting flashed out on this one. And then it's going to be behind. They didn't drone him out. Oh, my lord. Reserve to find Pogi. Dexy to trade that one out as they are going to get this prep area opened up. He does have, man, he could see him. This upside down rappel just proving to be absolutely devastating to this defense. They don't know how to react.
Wow, look at that.
Is going to be trying to get the bandit tricking, but they're not going to prove successful. They are going to get it open. T10 going to claim Padip. Padip. We now take ourselves into a 3v3. Icarus on a low health and a dream scenario. Dexy, though, going to get the body bounce in their favor and find himself a triple. Is now it's into a 3v1. Nomad taking off the board. Wacko still getting active here in the hallway. With that, it's going to be Dexy get in sight, get himself in place, crossfire set up. Ooh, now they know where he's at. Plant's going down in an area he can't quite reach, and he's going to hold the angle here. Talk about it. Got to have 7 seconds on the board.
Oh, they knew the angle. He's waiting. Dexy, reacting to the shots in the corner and then rotating his position. Woo.
I'm not in the zone. Auto zone?
Oh, no, he's definitely not in AutoZone. He's sitting down in front of that PC, giving us a masterclass in Rainbow Six Siege tonight. But tied up 2-2 going into round 5. Army of 5 taking that one as well. So that's 2 they've won downstairs in the bakery.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Yeesh, man. 2-2. Now here's where we see the break apart generally, right? Who's going to step ahead? I mean, it's been a back and forth. I can't call it.
Well, it's okay. This is the first time we're seeing the fireplace mining site. Typically, I think reading is the more preferable 2F site, but here we're going to get to see viewers treated to a little bit of both of those 2F sites today.
Yeah, each will bring their unique perspective to the game site. I like the reading site a little bit more because it's a little bit, I feel, a little bit easier to defend from the top area. Like to see that castle brought out for a 3F hold. Not, of course, necessary, and we are going to see a couple of new ops on the board ready to make an impact. It's going to be Echo, Thorn, and Oryx as we're going to switch it up.
See that Thorn trap in the floor?
Yeah, write it down. I believe we saw Pro Man Thanos. Oh, see, they thought it was going to be reading. They knew it was fireplace, but I don't know that they knew it was reading. This is a quick plant strategy utilized by Army of 5 quite a bit. Problem is, this is generally designed for a reading site. Icarus going to find the first kill on to Dolly.
Dolly did say he's not in the zone.
Hello, Dolly.
And yet, we are seeing the full rotate of this this site. They are going to move in through reception and coat as the alternative push here for 2F.
Oh, man, and here we go. Blitz getting up the stairs. They've got a bunch of feet holes on the ground. They are going to take a shot onto him. Blitz going to come around, get the blind. Pistol kill going to take out another as Wacko goes down. And just like that, folks, it's an execute. Getting on the side of Army of 5. Another falls as Paddock finds PK. And just like that, it is now a post-plant scenario. 4v2. Pillar going to die. The double going to ring out. And Army of 5 getting active. I was going to say, Army of 5 known for one of those holds or quick takes on reading. It was amazing to see that early round adaptation switch it around to the other site, to the mining site, and still just execute it so incredibly.
You know, sometimes you never know, as the casters of the observers, whether or not we're seeing, an actual game chat, some truth in there. But it appears that Dolly may have actually broken his monitor after that, and so they're taking a timeout. Whether or not it's because they're losing a few rounds here in the first half, or actually working on a hardware equipment, he's making that change.
Well, and a nod to the immortal theologian J Money, who we've seen break many. Sometimes you just got to make a sacrifice to the siege gods, and in this case, potentially it was Dolly saying, "Please give me a freaking kill. Here's my monitor as tribute." Amazing. So here we go. Army of 5 now sits up by 1. So we're going to see another 3F hold. It's the last round of the first half of the first map, baby.
Locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Here we go.
Those are just so exciting. Whenever I see Army of 5 pull a blitz out, I'm holding my breath because it can go one of two ways. We've seen it go in their way quite a few times, but we have seen it absolutely fall apart in dramatic fashion. That not being the case on this last round, as they now sit up on the scoreline. Attacker favored on a defensive map.
Discovered the location of a bomb.
Yeah, that was wild. Great in-game adaptation mid-round there from the IGL on the Army of 5 side. They were set up for, like you said, a fireplace reading take, and they rotated around, adapted, and took the mining site very quickly, and I think surprised this defense.
Attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
Agreed. Not going to be trying to get caught off caught off guard again. Going to see that Solus being brought back out. PK back on that Fenrir. We call him the chess man, right?
That's right.
Got that basically can change around where his gadgets are activated as long as he is, of course, alive to do so. Depending on where that push is coming from. PK sitting on that 7 and 3 KD. I like that in his hands. Ooh!
The C4.
Next. That's right. They say revenge is a dish best served cold, but in this case, it was served with C4s and explosives, baby. Nick's gonna take one and get body balance in the favor of MU early on. Trying to keep this on an even scoreline. Like the call, they've got the mute on the back end, but it's a temporary distraction. Is Stocky gonna find that mute jammer and allow them that same access that they used earlier that worked out fairly well for them?
Great teamwork there again with the setup from the window, being able to open up, remove all of the breach denial there. Oh, no way.
My lord! Shots ringing out, trades. None of that being the gunfight that you're seeing. Dexy gonna find it onto Wacko, now taking us into a 3v2. His Army of 5 now goes up in the body balance here with a minute 24. Still got Stocky on that rappel, but it's Icarus on the inside, but he's wrapped in the fear cloud as he goes down. Now into a 2v2, and it's a low health scenario for Hibana. She's gonna have to try to take this gunfight and use her matrix moves. So it's only gonna take one to put her down.
Look at this PK making the same move that he made on one of the previous 3F sites, hiding behind the bar there, and won that engagement. So it's a 2v2 though. They've got Dolly on the side as well as backup here to see whether or not they can take on Hibana and Finka here to win it. She's got one more boost, so there's an extra 20 HP. That was it. Used now.
So, yep, there we go. Okay, and now it's all going to rest on the shoulders of PK and Dolly. It is going to be PK to go down. Can Dolly find his first and second kill to clutch this round up? Going to find some shots, but not going to be enough as he's reduced to a low HP. And now the two press in, Army 2 on the Fenrir cloud. One-on-one now. It's all on the shoulders. It's Buffalo Help, and Dolly going to catch him in the dome piece. Couldn't where he was going. In the fear cloud. That's going to get him some kills on the board.
What a way to grab a double at the end of the round to clutch it up after potentially breaking a piece of his hardware. Nice job there from Dolly and the MU clan to find their last defending win, to split it 3-3 as we go into the second half of this map. Tied up at round 7. Holy smokes, man. Let's go.
This is exactly the type of scenario that you would hope for a grand finals. Neither team really willing to give any sort of space, any real estate, any unanswered kill, and it shows. We're 3-3 on the scoreline, baby. 60 hertz monitor. Is that what he's playing on right now? That stuff.
That's what he said. That's what he said in game chat, was had to switch it up and play on the 60 hertz.
All right, 3-3 on the scoreline. We're at the op swap, homies. Let's take a look at this defense. They are going to opt for a similar sort of setup, at least in a couple of operators. Going to see double projectile deny with Jaeger and Womai. Castle and Fenrir are going to also be utilized here, and of course what they're doing is they're helping funnel that enemy team into the preferred kill boxes. Really set the pace as the defenders, because it's very important. You know, the MU clan is going to get aggressive based on the ops that they brought to the table. There's some aggression that's head on as Stocky going to take Wacko off the board. That's body balance early in favor of Army of 5. And I do love the Grim call. I love the Grim call, right? Fill the place with bees. Ping those locations. In a world of Intel being king, Grim. Well, I guess he brings the queen because it's bees.
That was legendary. Let's go. Yeah. Was gone 6 at the same time, but here taking advantage of his latest rework, his ability to be able to launch those bees in without needing to get in the line of fire, but flashed by his teammate. Unfortunately, he's gonna swing right in here into Cocktail.
Oh, but they're gonna be ready for him. That's the Pixel from Freezer or from Bathroom gonna take him down. Now putting us into a 3v2 situation. Looked like it was an aggressive kind of protect the president type scenario. He is going to roll on in. Are they going to be ready for this fight? Stocky holding the long angle, hoping to catch him slipping. It's going to be Dolly coming from underneath, however. Is he going to get... Oh, he's going to get hurt on this barbed wire. They know he's here.
Oh.
Flash Hour going to make that swing a little bit tough.
Good rotate there from Castle, though, to make sure that he wasn't taken out. But Dolly finding... Jaeger sleeping and a double. He is on a tear. That's a triple for Dolly. The last 5 kills here. What a round. What the 60 hertz buff? Is that what I'm hearing?
That might be the what is actually going down here. It's going to be Dolly now starting to get a plant going down. Is he going to know exactly where it's at? He's looking for him. No way!
No way!
Barbecue sauce for that 4-piece, baby! Dolly is back, and in dramatic fashion, he does it on 60 hertz, and he makes it look good. Sheesh.
Let's go. Wow. 4K, so clutching up the round on a 2K, and they're grabbing the next on a 4. Wow. What a pair of rounds he has had.
No kidding. Let's break out the defibrillator, my folks. With the whole everybody watching is shocked at the way that ended. I mean, it was a 2v1. It was a scary situation, and he brought himself around. It was amazing. 1 second, Whiskey.
All right, time to see how the Army of 5 team is going to handle their defense downstairs for kitchen and prep. So here we go. How are they going to handle the bakery? What is the setup and the plan? Bringing Breach Denial. And I know, Whiskey, you love to see it. Frost back out. You know, even with her big rework that happened here in the latest update, you know, losing her ability to take down an operator independently. Now anybody can res themselves out of her frost mats. Still, we really had not seen the drop-off in play and utility that we thought, we were worried we were going to see with the frost update. So Icarus playing her to great effect here to start with. Look at that coat check rush from Nyx on the Finca. Let's go.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. The Cali pick. Ooh, I love it. It's that long distance debauchery. And it is going to find one. Reserve going to take out Stocky. Double on Dexy. Going to take us into a 3-3. But why are we still swinging that if we know that the Cali is playing from the long distance? Bunker up, hold it down, and play for that refrag. Ooh, can't do it because Nyx is inside doing some damage. Pokey taken off the board, and now it's sitting in favor of the attacking team. And folks, that happened in the first minute of gameplay. Plenty of time for this attacking team to suss out where the heck these defenders are and root them out. But one of them you have to deal with. It's Dexy, and he's on the Vector. 11-6, ready to take on that engagement.
Yeah, that's right. But stopping Dolly from his reign of terror, but Nyx grabbing a triple to take up the slack. Boy, these guys are popping off. Oh, no.
Oh.
I know you say it all the time. You run, you die in the game of Siege, and Frost found that out the hard way.
That is the cardinal rule. Rule number 1, and that, just like that, they get inside, the cross is set up. Oh my god, he's gonna have to find my quad kill! Dexy to catch it, but it's not gonna be the case, as we're gonna see a Cali plant and Clutch. Hello? What?
Okay.
I'm gonna need the defibrillator one more time. Color me shocked again. The Cali push. Boy, that's a nod to J Money as well.
Wow. I was gripping my chair watching that, says Dolly. You and me both, my friend.
Yeah, hashtag same. Like, let's trend it, because I was sitting right there. Could not believe it. Dexy on the verge of acing it to bring Army of 5 onto a tie round instead. Now, down by 2. As MU Clan is just one away from a match point scenario on map number 1. We talk about the implications here of this best of 5. Army of 5 is on a 2 grand finals back-to-back champions, looking to get themselves a 3-peat. But they are not to be outdone. MU Clan showing up and showing out right away. It's going to head down to the bakery, and we're going to see the castle extensions. And this is just about a full first floor take or hold yet again. I like this.
Yeah, they've got this set up and spread out. The whole floor is the hold. Here we go.
Okay, so pretty similar defense that we've talked about on the side of Army of 5. We're going to see Kate again for that breach denial. 13-7. Dexy just having an incredible game, which is, you know, like not really indicative of the scoreline.
He's gonna try the upside down rappel on main door, pulling off the Dexy move here. Reserve saying, I saw it, I watched it, and we're gonna make it happen as well.
That's right, he wrote it down. He was like, you know what, good call. B is flooding the area, just giving all kinds of intel. And there's going to be the grenade, and it is going to down Dexy, and that is win condition number 1. Paddock, though, going to find onto Wacko again, now taking Glass off the board. Huge pick. Now, they're holding the long angle. Dexy potentially recoverable, but it's dicey, right? It could be tough. They got 3 on that side looking to take that engagement. Icarus wanted to capitalize on a cheek hole. Oh, instead, going to pay for his
what a shot!
Down that direction. Disgusting shot rips him off the board, tying us up into a 3-3 on the body count here. The swing, the fine, and just like that, it's body bounce tipped in favor of the MU Clan as they sit in a 3v2, a 2v2 now. Stocky taking PK off the board, minute and 18 left, and it's going to be the scenic route. As Reserve going to swing, Coach Check going to find that kill, a 1v2, all resting on the shoulders of Wamai, who is sitting in the back site, has the angle to potentially stop the plant from where they're sitting at. They do have the diffuser in hand, but Reserve, he's low. Reserve doesn't matter. He's going to take that gunfight anyways.
Oh, did they get a good ping on him? No, just looking him right in the eyeball as he's able to shoot him down there. What a round. And for the first time tonight, going to match point.
You know that sound, baby. It's going to be an Army of 5 timeout as we find ourselves in a match point scenario. Map 1 looking like it might go into the favor of MU Clan unless Army of 5 can capitalize on this brief timeout, capitalize on this conversation.
I mean, here we saw
for 3 more.
Yeah, I mean, this is really similar to what we saw in the last match in the semifinals with Army of 5 taking 4 in a row, and here we got it's the reverse. MU taking 4 in a row, and really, I think clearly the Army of 5 team needed to take this time out, maybe 1 round earlier, but right now this is the time. Dexy trying to carry the team 13-8. Almost double the third place guy at this point. So they've got to find a way to have some of the other players get more active and find a way to shut down this attacking team. They have been overly aggressive, and so far we haven't seen the Army of 5 guys react in the same way we saw in the semifinals.
Yeah, that's true. It's looking like a little bit of a different team. Might be having trouble getting that first foot started, getting that engine revved up, but they've got to be perfect for 3, and that is not an impossible scenario. But the problem is, you got to deal with an on-fire and heavily motivated MU clan.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
This is great. This is exciting. No bias towards any team. You hear us talk about it all the time. We want to see the best team win it, and I feel in my heart of hearts that the way to see that is a decider map in a 1v1 pistol
10
off.
seconds remaining.
It's got to come down, but the mechanical skill on both sides here of these two teams just makes it exciting to watch because either one of them could win. You couple some great teams with some great skill and some great strats, and you get grand finals in Skyline Gaming.
That's the truth. That's the truth. Okay, 13-8. Dexy looking to make the difference here. Everybody kind of stepping up on the Army of 5 plan, Army of 5 plan, Army of 5 team. Kills only one real standout. It's gonna be a hurry up and wait scenario. We are gonna see the Blitz and the Amaru on the board, which I'm happy about. It's a quick plant. We talked about the Army of 5 being masters of the quick plant scenario. Well, now we're going to see if their metal gets tested and if they're going to be able to defend against said plant. Gridlock, Lion, Ying, Blitz, and Amaru. It's go time, baby. Waiting for that green light, and there's the Candela starting to ring in. He's got the long angle. He's waiting on it. Pogi wants to say hello. If they can time this just perfectly, they can get in. If not, it's going to be disaster. And there it is. Amaru heading inside, but is going to take a bunch of damage. Blitz taking off the board as well. Lion going to find the dome piece of Dexy, and it is going to get traded out as Icarus going to find Nyx down to a 3v2 scenario. A 2v2 scenario. MU clan trying to put this bad boy away. Still got 2 to deal with. Holy cow, it's going to be a late round castle barricade to try to slow them down just a bit more. Icarus getting sussed out and a couple of pre-fires headed his way.
The cap can trap.
Oh, damage done onto the castles. He takes one in the shoulder, but it's the crossfire set up. An impossible situation to be caught in. Oh no, and that's it. That's a PK taking off the board, and MU gonna take map number 1. The climax was upon us, and it was a decisive breach. It was an unwavering attack, and they clutched map number 1. Sheesh.
Wow. Seven 3 to start.
Okay. Well, caught a bit on the back foot. Army of 5 was. MU claimed Kafe dramatically. 7-3.
7-3 indeed.
All right, folks. Well, geez, that's one and done. Gonna head on to map number 2. We get at least 3. Sit back and relax. When we come back, it's going to be map number 2. Which map is that, Mr. Run?
We are going to see Border next.
Yep, that's right. Border, baby. It's my favorite map. Get ready for some really electric gameplay. Hello!
Let's go.
What's up, and welcome back to this Siege Double Shot Grand Finals hosted by
way to a potential three-peat, the potential dynasty that you talked about early in the setup. But right now, they got to claw their way back from a one-map deficit to start. We saw 7-3 on Kafe, and we are heading to Border, which I know is one of your favorite maps. That's favorite, if I'm not mistaken.
100%. It is my favorite map, so welcome to the illustrious battleground known as Border, our second map in this high-stakes Rainbow Six Siege showdown. I am super pumped for it. I mean, you can talk about it from customs to E-stairs. Every inch of Border demands strategic finesse and adaptability, and with all of the soft breach potential, I mean, we're going to see some wall bangs. What do we call it? Swanging and wall banging, baby. And Border is perfect for that exact thing.
Yeah, two aggressive teams playing on a map like this, it could be very intense. It could be action-packed, and they're really going to make the observer work for their money tonight.
That's right. Want to capture every single kill, every single round, and we're here for it. So yeah, and you're right, in the chat, MU officially are the first team to not only win a round, but to take a map from A5 in a grand final from Skyline. So already we're kind of in a momentous moment, as in this David Goliath scenario. Well, David just hucked one hell of a rock Goliath's direction.
Yeah. And I know that feels that way from a Skyline Gaming grand final perspective, but the reality is that the MU clan has got some great players on it from teams that we know and love. So it's more, it feels David and Goliath from the perspective of Skyline, but I think they've really got their work cut out for us here, or for themselves here, as we head to Border.
Yep, I imagine that you're probably correct. And with the slew of bans off the board, Ying, Monty, Mira, and who was that last one? Was it Solus?
It was Solus, yeah.
Yeah, a couple of, I mean, these are all these are all operators that you expect to see taken off the board. Ying is crucial for those quick plant areas. Monty making east and west absolutely devastating if you don't have your C4s in the right space or your timing on point. Solus, we saw demonstrated to extreme efficiency on the last map. And of course, Mira, permaban anyways.
Well, definitely, we've definitely talked about her being the permaban here in teams that play against the Army of 5 team. I think that is it's just due to, there is a ton of VOD out there for Army of 5 because they played in so many different leagues, especially on our channels and leagues that we've been affiliated with. And when Mira is available, she makes a tremendous impact. And really, the thing about it is, it's one of the reasons I think we're seeing the Ubisoft update to the Mira windows with the drilling projectile update, is that, when the defense, or when the attackers see Mira as part of the defense, you have to change up a huge part of your setup, right? You have to be able to deal with that utility differently than you do many other pieces of utility. And so she just brings an awful lot to the board in terms of how an attacking team manages their play style against her.
Yeah. Absolutely agreed. But you know what? You ban out the Mira and the Solus off the board. Well, that still leaves 3 of the goated operators that we call the 5 golden ringers of defense. Soon to, I imagine, probably be adding a 6th. Azami and Fenrir still on the board. Still incredible operators that you have to deal with. Now, there's a grenade that's going to do a bit of damage onto the Architect, but still going to survive. No! Oh my lord, they are going to get Stocky down, and I believe that was from the grenade underneath. They are going to be recoverable, but it's going to be Dexy.
That was Case
on the Fenrir. He is going to get traded back. Is Dolly going to find the dome piece of Dexy? Now evening up that body count, and that is a bit of terrible news for both sides of the board. You lost your Dokkaebi, you lost that intel sussing out the roam game, you lost that devastating DMR, but on the other side of it, it's Fenrir. Wherever those things are open and alive, that's where they stay now. Is going to be Poggy getting taken off the board again, as body bounce going to tip in favor of the MU clan now heavily, as Nook Gonna find the kill and the death. Icarus gonna seal that deal on Wacko. Seems like those two have been going back and forth like every single map. Oh, and now Icarus gonna get active again on that Frost, gonna get hit in the back as Dolly finds himself a 3K. Plant's going down, Cross is set up. It's all on the shoulders of Padip. Padip. Why do I keep saying that so weird?
Well, I mean, in the heat of the moment here, okay, they've got it on the other side of the shield. I don't think he can long arm it. He's going to have to go for the kill here. And as soon as he walks out, obviously, going to get notified. The attacker is going to know. Dolly. Oh, using... I was going to say using the prox mine. Genius, but Dolly was able to manage that, make it work for him.
Yeah, no kidding. And that's going to be a 4-piece in favor of Sledge as we see Dolly break out the barbecue sauce once again.
What a way to start! What a way to start map 2.
Yeah, no kidding. No freaking kidding. MU Clan up by 1 on the attack side of it. That bodes well as Border is regularly called a defensive sided map. Excellent.
Attackers need to locate and defuse.
Okay, gonna see Bravo brought back onto the board. Bravo call. Especially when you have devices like that Fenrir and Valkyrie that you have to deal with. And that's all 3. That's the last 3 of the 5 golden ringers that we talk about. Valkyrie are gonna make their way on the board and give a little intel to help support some of that upstairs play. Orcs. Fastest man alive, both horizontally and vertically, going to make an appearance. This is potentially going to be a fun setup here from the attacking teams. The 6 picks are going to ring out the 6-pack.
I mean, who doesn't love a good 6-pack ringing out? Not exactly, you know, what we need in the game of Siege, but
maybe, you don't know.
All right. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna argue with you there. We are sipping and sieging. You know, if you're just joining the Whiskey Boys for the first time, you know, we love couch casting, have a little bit of a different approach to the game of Siege, but there's a lot of Siege you could be watching. We're glad you're here with us.
They said sum up map number 1, and I think Z-Mart the GOAT said it best. Dolly breaks his monitor, then goes crazy on 60 hertz. Oh, hilarious. I love this chat. You guys are so freaking funny. Gonna be Osa getting set up for that east bout take. She is gonna get that Talon Shield set. Now the thing is, gotta be careful of that potential C4. No way! PK! The TK takes Dolly off the board.
Was opening the AC window in order to be able to get ready for the B placement, and did Osa get her shield down? No, she didn't.
No, that is quite unfortunate. Now they're going to have to rely on the smokes. They get in the corner on the cement, and they are getting the plant down. Just like that, takes it to 75, and they are going to stick it. It's going to be Ash to fall as Wacko gets taken off the board, and it's a post-plant scenario now. And now, in a 4v3, this is still winnable for this attacking team, but they got to keep one member alive. The B's doing a great job of doing nothing, apparently. Is Dexy going to find himself a double, and they are now going for that defuse. Not going to be able to get it in time, unfortunately.
Wow.
Army of 5 going to take their round and seal us up at 1 apiece.
What a TK. Boy, MU Clan was looking... MU Clan was looking fantastic. What a setup there. They had the Osa in. Didn't look like the Army of 5 defense was ready for a quick plant on the east side door. And everything stopped in its tracks. The fact that they were still able to get the plant down after the TK, after losing the Osa and the protection of the shield, just really blows my mind and speaks to how well the MU Clan is doing right now.
That's a practice plan, right? They have those people in place for that exact scenario. If that planter goes down, the smoke's still up, get in, and get it set up. Because once you put yourself into a post-plant scenario, well, then the clock starts ticking in your direction. With a beautiful cross set up, it's terrible. It's going to be a tough time getting back to get that, get the diffuse down. But it was in the favor of the defense. They brought the ops. to make the stop. Going to be a similar lineup here. So we're going to see Fenrir and Valkyrie on the board again for that intel and gadget shenanigans. Had it. Going to also bring out the mute to stop some of that intel.
We are going to see the whole workshop extension and the hold upstairs.
Yeah.
It's not...
Quite a bit, yeah, I was about to say quite a bit of space that you have to take on, and the only problem that can occur from that is if you find yourself in those lone wolf positions on such a deep extension. Well, I mean, it's as easy as isolate and body balance is yours.
Oh, wow. Doing a little bit of damage upstairs, but not enough to grab a kill, but that takes Mute down to less than 50 HP.
But Wacko also going to get it, and he's going to be the first to go down as he gets tied up with Dexy. Well, Dexy going to be the first, Wacko going to be the second. Oh, 1 second, Mr. Whiskey, please.
No problem, and we see... Oh, unfortunate. Poggy sitting right there. Dolly able to grab another kill, taking him up to 6-1-1. A lot of intel there for the workshop take as well, and now it is looking in a really rough position here for this defense. Sitting 4-2, 4-1, all on the shoulders of Warden. The drop, you had 3 guns aimed directly at him. He was in a tough position there for sure. All right. Head into round 4 with MU Clan up 2-1 to start, and I like this. I like this change here from the Army of 5 team, seeing Podit bring out the cap can and the smoke on from Poggy. Seeing those two, area denial, the slow down city. I know Glitter likes to call it, but just operators' ability to kind of hopefully slow down the entry from this aggressive attacking team, and then area denial in case they're going to need that to stop a plant when and if it's likely it goes down. Add in Elysian, add in the Azami, add in the Fenrir. It's a star-studded defensive lineup here with a lot of teams, a lot of players from defensive ringers here. Now Dexy, not seeing quite the same game he did in map 1, but still positive KD, still a player that I think we can make a big impact here. And on the Fenrir, the chess player himself brings out a lot of utility to this defensive squad.
Yeah, you're right. And because that blitz was on the board, who else are we going to see? Who's a perfect counter for blitz? It's that Cappy Can.
That's right.
It's not Cappy Can't. Shout out to Queen. She gave me that one.
She was in the chat earlier.
Big devs. Okay. So, going to get himself a bit of a free entry here upstairs. He's going to start trying to suss out that roam game. And I love the blitz being utilized to suss out this up top game instead of the traditional push into sight and use them to plant.
Right, able to clear, gain ground, gain map control, and clearing out utility really quickly because he can be a little less... he can move in a lot quicker there and be a little less careful because he's got the shield up to be able to take care of any defensive operators that might catch him as he's walking in and grabbing that map control.
Yeah, Dexy getting active again as he's going to take Dolly off the board, and that's a huge pick, right? That's not only your top frag, but your top frag by a large margin. This body bounce going to tip in favor of Army of 5 here, looking to try to even up this scoreline. Verticality to be had here. Is Blitz taking a look?
He's gonna, yes, he is gonna drop this and plant. No.
Yeah, he ain't afraid.
No, diffuser is cold.
Oh.
Where's the diffuser's outside?
Interesting. So just strictly relying on the gunplay here, as they do. I mean, it's not going to work out very well in their favors as they find themselves into a 5v2. So it must have been Dolly must have had the ooh, Blitz trying to get him. It's the pistol, not going to find it. Oh, against the shotgun, but he is going to get pistoled himself. Live by the pistol, die by the pistol, and it's going to be Dexy to clean it up on reserve. Must have been Dolly had that diffuser, and they just said, you know what, we'll go for kills, and then it just fell apart. Evened up now.
Whew. 2-2. Wow, the back and forth, man. This is what a game. I don't think if you were just walking into the Skyline gaming community after watching the grand finals a week ago, I don't think you would have said you'd see MU Clan up one map and really going toe to toe with the Army of Five.
Yeah, I agreed. Each of these teams mirroring each other's triumphs and setbacks. We're evened up yet again here, baby, on the 2-2. This is exciting Siege, my friends, and I'm happy that you guys are all here hanging out with us. Get ready for the unfolding drama, as we're 2 rounds away from the first half of map number 2. Getting sealed up. It's going to be a similar storyline here for the defense. So we head back up to that 2F location. A little bit of intel, a little bit of architecture. Cap Kansas slow down that blitz potentially. Haven't seen it work just yet.
10 seconds to go.
No, the smoke battle with Blitz downstairs in the workshop, but then, you know, the partner coming in and able to help and take him out. That was where it was at. And now, bringing in the Twitch on the side, that's a good, I feel like a good change up there from the attacking team, seeing Reserve bring out Twitch to hopefully clear out some more of that utility.
Somebody we don't get to see too often as she's banned out regularly, Dokkaebi. On the board, that DMR absolutely devastating in the hands of the right person. You go the wrong side for that cam. It's gonna be a late round barricade as they're gonna get that breach wall up there on West Balk. Ooh! Wacko, gone again, 1 of 5. Nook gets sussed out. That's gonna get body bounce back in favor of the defense. C4 to say hello! No,
he downed Blitz?
Yes, let's go. Okay, that's a tough one, but he's recoverable outside of this window unless that run out gets active. And there he is to say goodnight from the door. Stocky gonna find 2 as he cleans up the Blitz and takes one for his very own onto the Dokkaebi. Down to a 4v2 is the L85 gonna claim Dexy's life.
That's a huge kill there from Dolly. Yeah.
And that's the thing, you don't want to let that man start to get active. It is going to be Pogi to find the kill on the Reserve, and that man, well, that's all that's left here in this scenario.
Wow.
So now we put ourselves into that hurry up and wait pattern. Stocky going to find is that his triple?
Look at,
Dude, these are zombie. Okay.
Wow, look at that. Nick saying that C4 that came in should potentially have killed him with it landing on his toes, but I think because he was blitzed, the shield blocked most of that blast. Whether or not you think that's realistic for C4 or not is up to you, but no, he survived and gave the opportunity for the Azami run out to grab a double.
That's right, man.
What a play.
No, I think it's realistic. I tell you what, if I had Blitz's shield and somebody threw C4 at me, I'd be surfing that blast wave like a California high topper. Oh, little vent workshop action. We're on the last round of the first half of map number 2.
That's right.
I feel like I keep adding something on every time I say that.
Well, you know what is? I mean, we're still map 2, and usually, you know, if we're in a best of 3, potentially this is the last map we're seeing. If MU Clan takes it, that is over. If this was the semifinals, but no, this is the grand final, so it's a best of 5. And if you're just joining us, we saw Army of 5 lose to MU Clan on Cafe. We're playing the second map border, and we're going to go to Oregon, Chalet, and Club to finish this best of 5 out. If all 5 maps are needed, and I know, we certainly hope so.
Yep. I like this adaptation here by the MU Clan, right? They're going to bring out the Brava and IQ combo. Lots of gadgets and utility, electronic-wise, being utilized by Army of 5. Oh. And that's a group. Oh, no, you didn't. No, you didn't.
A double?
Valkyrie, those people had families. How are you going to do them like that? Body bounce now huge in the favor of Army
Oh.
5. And that's 2 huge ops. That's your vertical presence gone. Now only having to rely on the potential shotgun of the gridlock and the breach charges, the soft breach charges of IQ. That's a big dub right out the gate.
And that was a huge play, too. We just barely caught the end of it. Nick's on the Brava trying to grab the Fenrir to be able to block the entry in from east. But no, the drone, a lucky or great shot from the defense, killing the drone before it's able to finish that conversion. So, yeah, the attacking team having a tough time getting in the map.
Yep. That was tough, and now a lethal dance begins. Is Dolly gonna try to cha-cha his way to some victory? Got a bunch of kills to catch in order to do this one out. We've seen him do a 4K a couple of times, but Stocky gonna say, no sir. Your quest ends here.
This was at the end. A flawless. That one feels like it puts a big statement on the final round of the Army of 5 defense. So here we go. They're up 4-2 on their defensive half. Now getting to see how the MU clan is going to take on their defense of the border.
Ooh. That sounded epic.
It is. This has been an epic battle, my friend.
Yeah, agreed, absolutely. Standard split. Headed in favor of the defense there. Now we're going to see the role swap, the op swap as we get to the back end of map number 2. And boy, I don't know, are we looking in a mirror? It's just about the same operators we were seeing on the other side of the board, sans Valkyrie. To opt for some intel deny instead of intel apply. See the mute come out.
Yeah, in the intel meta, right? I mean, certainly you can take... Siege is certainly in an intel meta right now. You can take 2 approaches. You can either try and gather more, got a lot of operators to do that, or you can try and deny. And there's quite a few operators for that too, but mute definitely being one of the most prominent. And a couple great drone spots here from the attacking team.
Oh, geez. Nice catch on the cam there. Speaking of drones, Army of 5 going to bring out the Twitch. Not going to opt to say FU with the F2. Going to go for that DMR instead.
I do feel like that is the general play we've been seeing recently, is a lot more of the Twitch DMR play. Same with Lion. Those weapons just... the player's able to click so quick, really turning them into devastating weapons with just the power, the firepower behind them. Oh, look at this. I've got the intel on Legion.
Yeah,
and they convert.
Starting to come. Yep, they can. Poking going to take Dolly off the board, and yet again, that is a huge pick for this attacking team. That's the frag leader gone. And it seems to be a little bit of that momentum maker as well. Dolly off the board, it makes it a little bit tougher to hold it, but not impossible, of course. Are they going to go for it again? Are they going to get another potential C4? He's got him. Oh my gosh, he's on the cam. This could be huge. Oh,
no!
Catches it. It looks like it potentially got hung up on the top end. The double, however, also not going to find anybody. So we still sit in a 5-4 scenario, but they're going to get that office wall open. It's going to be the rotate down into the bathroom.
Look, what
Icarus
a
gonna
great
get taken
drop.
off the board. Sheesh.
They did not realize that the Twitch drone was sitting there next to the computer, between the computer and the monitor. Just feeding all the intel in the office.
Yeah, absolutely. Now into a 4v2. PK holding the top angle on the long distance there. PK. What? I don't know why I keep doing that.
You said
Whiskey
PK.
might have been involved. Oh, yeah,
Whiskey, I'm sure, was definitely involved. I mean, it's... Did he take it out?
A preemptive impact to stop that bust in.
Oh, but no, it didn't kill the thermite charge. There's still option is out there if they can get the mute jammer off. Oh, what a miss on the flash.
The self flash and the Stocky does get taken down. Now take us into a 3v2, into a 2v2. It's gonna be Pogi to find one, PK or Pogi to get his head taken off, Paddock to find his head missing as well. Dixie now puts themselves into a 1v1, and it's holding on to that long angle. Oh my lord, this is crazy. The showdown, the standoff. Who's gonna make the first mistake? And it's gonna be the long rotate. going to go get himself down and ready for a plant, but that sound can be heard across the map. Starts pushing up. Does he hear him coming? He doesn't. He did. Good night. PK to clean that one up as he finds the dome piece of Dixie.
Yeah, wasn't able to get himself far enough away or put himself into any sort of position that was going to be difficult there to block the plant going down. Had to deal with it. Tried. I mean, he waited until the last second to bait the defender in, hopefully take out Fenrir with a quick flick. But no, Fenrir's going to win that engagement, taking MU Clan win their first defensive round. Let's go.
That's right. In that 1v1 digital duel, Dexy was dealt with swift and ruthlessly. He couldn't get off that plan in time, and one away from evening up that score line now. We're going to see that castle utilized here for the bathroom teller side. Now, I wonder if it's all going to be dedicated towards that upstairs. No, it's not. Going to opt for more of that ranked special. It's going to get one onto the window. Probably gonna, my thought here is that they're gonna open up that single wall, place another castle, and give themselves a bit of that lobby hold. Bit of a lobby extension as well as that workshop extension.
Yeah, we have seen, we saw the Army of 5 team do this on Cafe, right? Basically holding the entire first floor of Cafe. That didn't work out the way that we were expecting. And interesting here, MU Clan not taking quite the same approach. They do castle off some of this first floor site. And I imagine devoting a few resources upstairs to trying to make sure they hold. There's a lot of room on this site above that they need to be able to control vertically.
Agreed. And got some vertical to do it. Ram on the board. Shotgun in the hands of the gridlock. We've got the Hatch Queen ready. Sophia and her devastating weaponry. And look at this. It's going to be Poggy getting in right away. Trying to get that gunfight immediately. And they're going to get that... Maybe?
The invincible Velt Cam?
Let's go. Write it down, Whiskey. Behind the fan. You're up to go.
Hidden behind the fan.
I like the call here with the double C4 and the impact still on the board. I think last time we saw the C4 from below here, it ended in a triple, which was devastating. Poggy to find reserve, PK to find Pep on the trade there.
Yes.
To be Dolly rotating in to find, hopefully try to find another one, but he's going to be putting it in the wrong spot. Not going to capitalize on that, so we're going to sit 4 apiece.
Oh, look at vertical control there from the attacking team being used against the defenders. Dolly falls.
That's going to be a huge pick as Dolly's taken off the board yet again, and he's going to find the kill from below, at least the down. Not going to confirm that just yet. Can't see that he's down or that his toes are there. Oh, sees him there. Going to be able to finish that off. No, maybe not, and it's going to be the flash to go out and potentially pick him back up. It's a bait. He was waiting to try to bait in, picking up the teammate, and now Dexy finds himself caught in a tough
Oh!
Not to capitalize on it. Wacko, showing the patience of a first grade teacher, waited it out. Found the kill, and now it's all on the shoulders of Stocky. Is PK going to find Icarus' dome piece in this 2v1? Poggy going to be unretrievable. Ooh, find
what?
Stocky. What? Oh, my Lord.
What a clutch. I mean, Azami was running past the hole in the wall. That wasn't even a peek.
Oh, my Lord. Each second shaping the fate of that round, but not to be put off. Gridlock going to secure it up with a double in that race against the clock. Okay, so we're seeing a bit of back and forth. It looks like Army of 5 starting to run away with that border play.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Oh, wow. Back down to bathroom tellers.
Boy, you know what? Can we have a hydrate for that one? I mean, is that a big cheers, my friend?
I think absolutely that deserves a cheers.
This old man's heart can't handle it. Give me more.
Let's go. Woo, man, I feel like I needed that.
No kidding. Okay, so here's the deal. Army of 5 up by 2. try to put themselves on a match point scenario in a score line that is familiar to map number 1, just in the opposite direction. Opt for a little bit more intel on the defensive side this time, as we are going to see Fenrir, but he's going to pull out that BP. Help support that Valkyrie cam.
That's right. Like we said, you can either add intel or deny, and so those BPs plus the Valkyrie cams, a lot of defensive intel here.
All right, round number 9 as this attacking team tries to make it into this hazardous domain that is border. It's going to be taking the long angle on east.
Do they know that Legion is upstairs?
I don't think. No, they don't.
No,
That's a good place. The double rings out. Nyx acting in conjunction to find the double. Give MU Clan the body balance here. 5-3. That was a quick 2-piece. Gonna make it a little bit more difficult here for this attacking team to try to get into sight, especially, I mean, that's the verticality mostly gone. Oh, and your intel to follow as Icarus loses his dome piece in that exchange. He's gonna get sussed out, takes a shot. Oh my lord, just missing out on what would have been a potential game-changing shot there, and it is gonna be stocky to find it on to Dolly. That's a huge pick, but it's gonna get traded out as Wacko not gonna be deterred by the dome piece of Dexy. He's in this lone gunfight upstairs, but potentially it doesn't matter if he throws his body away on this one. But he's not going to.
He's going to take that and win it. Whew. Jeez.
Yeah. Okay. And MU Clan still got that dog in them. They ain't willing to give this up. Army of 5, 1 away from a match point scenario. And MU Clan saying, we're here to stay. Back up to 2F.
Wow. The back and forth here after Army of 5 winning 3 in a row at the end to end their defensive half really made it look like they were on quite the roll, but the MU Clan is not ready to give this one up yet for sure. They've got a lot left in their defensive tank.
Agreed. Let's look at a little bit of that mid-map adaptation. You're going to see, we saw DMR on the side of the attackers. Well, they're not going to be dismayed. A reserve going to bring out the Dokkaebi. Not only serving as that slowdown, not only serving as that long range, but you know what? No Valkyrie, we're going to opt for some more intel. 2 BPs on the board.
10 seconds left.
And you know what? That is absolutely proved essential here. Here we go. Dolly set up for the long haul. Looked like he looked right at your free cam.
That's right.
Get out of here.
He knew he was on camera. He's like, don't give away my secrets.
So while the attackers embark upon a quest to breach and claim the treasure, that is 2F. The defense have got themselves locked and loaded inside of that office area. Dolly on the warden, I gotta tell you, that's quite an idea. That's quite a player to put themselves onto a tank.
We've seen I'm trying to think the league that we saw that setup in, where we had Jaeger sitting in that corner with 3 of the ADSs and using 2 of the observation blockers as well to block off lines of sight instead of the shield.
The double knockout, Stocky and PK gonna find themselves perfect aiming on each other. Icarus to take out Nyx, Wacko to find Dexy as we get evened up into a 3-3. Still got 2 minutes still on the board, and you hear those gridlock charges going out. Paddock gonna take a bunch of damage, but it's gonna be Icarus to send one from downtown onto Wacko, and now that's body bounce tipped in favor of the attackers. You hear another grenade going out, maybe clearing out some of that utility. Sheesh. Crazy. Okay, and now it really starts to slow down. It's going to be the DMR. We talked about it being devastating. Well, Reserve is one who knows how to use it. Brava!
No!
Take Gridlock again, trying to come alive and put themselves back into a 1v2 situation. Can it happen again? Can the thick block yet again prove to be the victor here, or is MU Clan about to tie it up? and in a race for that match point scenario. Sheesh.
Look at this. Look at this. Almost taking a second to talk about it, right? They know it sounds like she's got some of those tracks outside, so they've got clear sound cues on exactly when Gridlock is moving, when she's swinging, really putting her in a tough position there. So Icarus going to take the rotate around. No more nades, no more tracks, and now they've got the Aruni gate back up.
Yep, they heard the drop down, so he is going to rotate himself back around, sees the legs of Gridlock, but she's going to keep moving around undeterred by the one tapping that's being held, and that's going to be spotted out on the cam, so get ready for the shots through. It is a wallbang that's not going to collide or connect. Takes out that intel. 13 seconds left. Has to find the two again. Got to be perfect on the swing in. He knows they're on both sides. So here we go. And not going to be able to handle it. Dolly going to find the kill to wrap up that round and tie up this scoreline. Defenders holding on to that side like they were monks protecting a relic, not willing to give anything up and willing to give their lives to hold it. They find themselves on the victory side of round number 10. Takes us into 11, tied up.
5-5 on map 2. Like we said, if you are just joining us, thanks very much. There's a lot of Siege you could be watching. We appreciate you joining us for the grand final of the weekly series here on the Skyline Gaming. And the question is, what exactly is Army of 5 going to do? Because they do not want to go down 2 maps to the MU clan here in this best of 5. We saw MU win Kafe 7-3. This is much closer here on the second map of the night on Border.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Each team now one away from match point. And you're right, man. Imagine a world where Army of 5 has to climb back 2 rounds or 2 whole maps to keep themselves in it. MU, man, they have shown up.
Now, the next 3 maps are definitely some classics in Siege that we see, much more often in terms of their amount of play. As a matter of fact, the top 3, 90% of all of the casts we've done on these maps: Oregon, Chalet, and Clubhouse. So, I know you like to say it, we get a little bit of a blend of contemporary and traditional Siege. We're seeing that play out in the map bans here tonight in this best of 5.
Yeah, each team showing up here on the proving grounds in the grand final of the Skyline Gaming Community. Weekly series number 4. Numero 4.
That's right.
Intel across the board on the defense yet again. We're going to see him double up on it. Both the Mozzie and the Valkyrie going to be utilized here. And we talked about C4s being lethal. They brought a couple of them. 2 C4s and 4 impacts on the board. Not opting for that castle strat that they pulled out earlier, so I think we're probably going to see some folks headed up top to help deny some of that verticality.
Yeah, already seeing some of that going through the floor here, covering this 2F upstairs site. And they've got, right now, 3 players dedicated to that hold.
Yeah, and 1 in the bathroom getting cheeky PK. Is he going to go for the spawn peek off the bathroom window? Potentially. Where are they at? Are they right beside each other?
Yes, they are.
Woo! There it is. P10 Icarus gone off the board, and that's body bounce. Tipped in favor of the defense here, and that proves pretty well for them. That's the hard breach gone. Thermite no longer going to be utilized for those thermite charges. And they still got to go suss out that Mozzie. They are going to get the trick.
What?
Ouch. That's tough. That's tough. Wacko going to get taken off the board by the TK. It's going to be the second TK in the hands of the MU clan. Dexy going to find the kill onto PK, and he's going to be relegated to his own Mozzie clan, or cams.
The Mozzie cams in the clan.
Yep. Yep.
That's right.
Indeed.
Could be what the M stands for.
That's what it is. Yep. It's Mozzie's United. I remember now.
No, I know it was said in chat earlier. You got to scroll back up to see it, but the MU clan here fighting to keep this from, they want to be the first ones to head to OT, and the siege timing on that.
Oh, gonna find it on two. The Valkyrie, as Dexy's gonna find that dome piece. Now takes us into a 2v2. Still got a whole minute on the board, but it's the Dokkaebi and the Capital, right? So a little bit of fire and a little bit of intel. Still got that DMR to deal devastation from downrange.
He had Dolly's, the head of Legion was right there in Passport and looked away at the very last second. Converted it into a kill on Valkyrie. So potentially, if he had held that angle a second longer, he might have lost his life. So, but wow, we talk about it all the time. Siege timing.
They are just running in circles around each other. It's like hide and seek. It's peek and delete. That's what it is. Newest game, and it's much more lethal.
Oh no.
There he is!
Dolly!
Dolly coming up clean on Dexy, now taking us into a 2v1, all resting on the shoulders of the DMR holder Pogi, but it's going to be dealt with swiftly as Dolly going to find Pogi and take him off the board as well. And now, in a stunning turn of events, MU Clan finds themselves up and on match point. Army of 5 now needed to respond.
Whew. Okay, here it is for the first time on Border. Match point, MU Clan going up. They're in a much... Ooh, we're going to do... Wacko AFK.
I don't know if we can really pause for that.
They do get a tech pause per map, although I think this almost counts like a...
you said tactical timeout.
Yeah,
Okay,
good
so
good
go ahead with it.
clarification. So their pause here, so... we'll give him another 45 seconds, and hopefully Wacko is back. So yeah, here we go. Match point, MU Clan, and this is definitely not a position we're used to seeing Army of 5 in, right? Again, they won 3 on their defensive half to start with, and now MU Clan taking 3 in a row on theirs. Army of 5 has got to win this. We go 4-2 on both halves and force the first overtime in this best of 5. Otherwise, MU Clan takes it. We're heading to Oregon as potentially the series point map for MU Clan.
Agreed. Man, crazy. 2 down by 1. Army of 5 caught on the back foot, but it is attacking, something they've proved that they are well versed in, especially we've seen them on Border. It's got to find a way to deal with that crazy roam game that's just being devastating, right? They're getting just caught out. Wacko being very prevalent in that 2F hold on that first floor site. Or just vanished into thin air. That's tough. That's tough. You don't want that kind of a magic trick.
Yeah. Typically, I think... yeah, watching the clock here, he deadass said B right B, BRB, okay.
I don't think that we can hold that out any longer, to be honest with you. Right?
That's right.
They had their timeout. We still got to get into it. Is he not in the map, or he just hasn't picked a character?
Well, he's there, so we're gonna go in. All right. Tech timeout accomplished there on the MU Clan, and he is playing Valkyrie, whether or not that was who he wanted or not. That's a really rough time to take a break, for sure.
Yeah, it's an interesting strat to bring to the table, especially on a match point scenario.
You know, the thing I'm happy about, though, and good on the MU Clan for it, you know, not trying to pull something like a dropout or a rehost or something to gain a little bit extra time. Appreciate those guys having some integrity here, using a timeout, pausing, and us trying to get back in the map without needing to work on that. Unfortunately for Wacko, though, it appears as though he is still AFK.
Oh, man. That is a tough spot to find yourself in as Army of 5 looking to tie up that score line. Oh boy.
Attackers are moving out.
You know what? Maybe he comes back in the nick of time and we have to call the highlight reel curator for some spectacular late round Valk action. He is sitting 8-10, so he is definitely a pivotal part of this defense.
Absolutely. And I know that's one of the things, you know, I'd hate to see a game like this go on a technicality. Nobody likes to see that. We like to see the grand final end on some incredible siege from both players, or both teams in this case. And indeed, Wacko is back, so no need to worry. And all the Valk cams out.
Okay, so it's much the same here for this defense as we do see two of the landscape developers, both Castle and the Architect on the board, Fenrir and Valkyrie as well, and this is a powerhouse setup for this match point scenario. It is going to be Paddock finding his way inside of detention, but he's going to get deleted off the board. Reserve going to find 2 on Icarus as well, and that puts the body balance in a hurtful way in favor of the defense. Army of 5 starting to let it slip away here on map number 2.
Bomb located by attackers.
This is a team we've seen come back from some pretty dire situations, though, so definitely not counting this team out yet. They've got the skills and the gunplay and the strats to prove it. The question is, can they do it right here, right now, on this round?
That's right, we talk about time waiting for no man, and that is no difference for this Army of 5 attack team. Minute and 20 left on the board. Defensive sitting in favorable positions, holding just an incredible amount of long angles. It is going to be Dexy to find Dolly, taking us into a 3-3. Reserve to take a bunch of damage, but able to WASD his way out of there. We find ourselves potentially in the last minute of map number 2. Stocky taking some damage, but they are going to find PK off the board. Triple kill on Reserve, looking to try and ace it now in this 2-2 scenario. Interesting, so that definitely covered up the sound of his entry here as he starts to, not going to cover up that, however, as 5 goes off, takes the long shot, does down a zombie, now into a 2v1. Army of 5, 30 seconds away. Oh my lord, Stocky goes down, and now it's all in the
No! He's in a frost mat! No!
Reserve gotta find this kill to ace it. Oh my lord, can he do it? Is it gonna be an MU map, or is Army of 5 gonna stay alive for one more?
No!
Reserve! Who are you? It was 1 HP dream, and I tell you what, Reserve lived that dream. It was an ace to clutch out that round and give MU the map number 2, and momentum headed strongly in their favor. Break out the acceptance speech. Ace on the last. Holy cow.
Wow. What a round there from the MU team, and Reserve really to clutch that up.
All right, folks. Well, I mean, this is crazy, right? It's a bit of back and forth, but 2 maps in a row. MU showing that they've got that 4th quarter closing power, that gut check time. So we're going to take a little bit longer of a break this time as we get bathrooms all the way around, players and casters. Indeed, because this is, folks, a best of 5. Army of 5 got to step up, or they could find themselves on the wrong end of this one here on the next map. Sit back, relax, and when we come back, baby, potentially a stunning conclusion to the Skyline Grand Finals. Hey-o!
Let's go!
What's up, and welcome back, fellow Siege spectators and players. And if you're just joining us, well, hey, welcome to the stream. Happy to have you. It's the Skyline Gaming Community Grand Finals. It's a best of 5. And so far, it has been in favor of the MU clan. I am still the Reverend Whiskey Glitter. My partner and co-host is still Mr. Whiskey Run. Say hello, Whiskey.
Welcome everyone back to map 3. And if you're just joining us, we saw the MU clan so far win the first 2 maps, Kafe, and we just saw them take on Border. Now we get to go back to a competitive favorite in Oregon.
That's right. Welcome to Oregon, baby. A map steepled in tactical enigma as operators navigate its dilapidated corridors, strategic hotspots. Could be some intense action. Hopefully some ambush. We've been seeing a ton of flank going on this map recently. Solus being huge. Doesn't matter what team is playing it. I'm wondering if we're going to see that ban out yet again. This is so prevalent on map number 1. What you think, Whiskey?
I mean, it is Oregon, so potentially Flores. We see Flores banned pretty regularly on this map. It's a very specific pick, but Ying, not surprised there. Ying was devastating on Kafe, and with the MU clan starting off on defense, not wanting to deal with her, I think it's a good call. Yeah,
agreed. It's going to be the Blitz coming up on the next ban, so going to stop some of that quick action that was brought about on both of those maps. Defender-wise, is it going to be Mira, Valkyrie, Azami? No, it's the Solus. We talked about her being so accomplished on map number 1 and used on both sides of the board. Not going to be utilized here.
I wondered if it was going to be Fenrir, with Fenrir having a outsized impact as well, but I'm still thinking this is going to be an MU clan target, and we'll see Mira off the board again rather than one of the other major operators.
Yep, and you called it right on the money, hit the nail on the head. So there you are, folks. It's map number 3. Bans done and gone away with. Is MU clan trying to stop the mighty reign that Army of 5 has brought.
That's right. So now back to Oregon, and during the semis, we saw an incredible Oregon game, one of the most exciting we had seen actually in a long time on Oregon. Really looking forward to see whether or not we're going to see the MU clan and Army of 5 grand final map here bring that same level of excitement, because so far there's been some wicked gunning, some great mechanical skill happening, and now Intel and Slowdown are going to see how MU clan handles the aggressive attack of the Army of 5 and a roster change on the Army of 5 side. For those of you just joining us too, we will see a sub in for the Army of 5 team with Poji playing the first 2 maps. Now Demented, part of the original and main Army of 5 roster, back in the game for the third and I believe final 2 maps if required.
Indeed, you say it. Demented on the board. We saw him get real active in the semifinals. I expect no difference here. On the side of the defense, it's that intel, right? You got to have intel on Oregon. Lots of soft breach to play around with. C4 on the plant, huge and devastating. But the fun person that we're seeing, right? The addition, the change-up is going to be the Vigil. Is Whacker going to put himself on a bit of that roam game? Try to suss out whoever's going to be coming in from the backside. As we talked about it, Oregon has got the huge potential for flanks, right? Lots of corridors to navigate, lots of little hidey little areas, and we've seen it be prevalent on the last couple of times that we've seen Oregon play.
Oh, Dolly taking Demented off the forward before he is even able to get his first kill. Going to start off at 0-1 in the Skyline Gaming Grand Final.
That's right. Dolly says hello. Welcome to the Skyline Grand Finals. Happy to see ya. Take a nap. Dolly going to find himself a double now.
Oh, we're going to need to know.
On that lead.
We're going to need to know whether or not the monitor is back or not. Is he still playing on 60 hertz?
I imagine he'd probably still be. He had to order a new one. It is going to find the kill on to Nyx. Oh, Impact's ringing out, but not gonna find Ace. Now takes us, but he is down to low health, and they are on the prowl now. A bunch of hyenas circling in, trying to find out where the heck this Ace ran off to, and they are active and roaming. Gonna potentially be able to find one. Here's the engagement's gonna happen on the stairs, but it's the cross set up. Azami and Valkyrie down there to say goodnight, and MU gonna take the first.
Yeah, I mean it's a little early in the game to try to sort of give up and give that mental advantage over to the defending team, the MU clan, like taking a wait and talk about it approach. I think it was a good call to try and push in, but the cross set up at the bottom, the main entry. So now Army of 5, the Twitch clearing utility, bringing the Flores to clear utility. They're ready here and expecting the MU clan to go down to the basement.
That's right. It's a bit of bunker wars here, and I love the setup we're bringing along. Couple of shields to slow it down. Bought the Warden to potentially play that pillar area, which is so pivotal, and gets smoked and flashed quite a bit. Hatch drops. Thorn, talk about her a lot. She got that recent rework to her gun, giving her the 1.5, making her devastating from a distance. But that machine pistol, man, that thing will put the work in. Those gadgets, they're loud. They'll take you out, but if they hear them going off, that's a push indicator.
Yeah, I think really
being so huge here, we're going to be able to see him utilize, and I think now we're about to find out why. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, seeing the 1.5 added to oh, look at this. The double setup.
Be wary. Oh, some damage done to the toesies, but now he gets sussed out. It is going to be the Flores drone to come in and say, get out of here. And with ease, they're going to take that deployable down off, leaving Dolly to fight that battle on his own. Ooh! Hold in the angle. Stocky just about found him one, but wasn't going to be successful. Flores sending in some more drones. It's going to be the smoke to... Oh my lord, they are just not afraid. It is just peek and push, looking for that classic peek and delete scenario.
Trying to peek against the Osa, but no, Nyx pulls it off. That 1.5, you talked about it, the change adding the 1.5 to the Uzi has dramatically increased her pick rate, and look at that, pushing through.
No way! Nyx, hello? What? Don't let him run out? Oh my lord! This is going to be the 417 to clean it up, however, but the damage has been done.
I can't believe we saw that happen. It looked like the defender had a clear, or the attacker had a clear on his side on the defender and just didn't take the shot. I didn't think the shield was in the way the entire time.
Well, the thing is, when you're sneaking up from that shield, you got to have the presence of mind to pre-fire as you're coming up, or you're starting that gunfire too late. And it was a too late scenario. It was the pre-fire from Thorn, knowing that the push was going to pop up, and then that was it. That was a good night. Caught him slipping, left him sleeping.
Yeah, permanently for this round.
That's true. So, it's body balance tips in favor of the MU clan. Here's they sit 4-3. The current heroes of the storyline as they're trying to take down the potential for a 3-peat. Doc getting active, gonna bring himself back up to a full health scenario, but flashes galore, and he's gonna find one. Paddock's gonna find two, but not gonna be enough. Is Dolly gonna come around on that shotgun meta, gonna say, hello, Dolly. I've been wanting to say that all night, and I keep getting close to it, but there it was.
There it was. Wow. What a round there. 2 in a row from MU Clan. Again, we're on Oregon, so seeing a more outsized defense, I think, is not unexpected. The only unexpected thing right here is going... Okay, I thought they did it. I thought they went kitchen dining, one of the worst defender sites in the competitive map pool. But no, they're going to go kitchen meeting. Still pretty good defensive win rate here, so looking good. If they have to go, they got to go kitchen dining, then we're going to be worried.
Yeah, yep. That's when you have a second to pause and legitimately think about it. Woo-wee, MU up by 2, and that doesn't feel good if you're Army of 5, right? Potential for the mentality to start playing in at this point. Why can't we get this right? How are they there at every corner? They know our playbook, it feels like, right? So, need a little bit of adaptability here on the side of Army of 5, something to bring them back in and switch that momentum. What do you think that's going to be?
That's a good question. I'm wondering, you know, you mentioned it, right? We've got a couple players with Outlast tags, Nix and Dolly. Whether or not that is playing into this, if we've seen this team play, has there been a lot of crossover that's enabling, you know, sort of like you said, do they have a really good read on this Army of 5 playbook? It certainly feels like it at this point.
Yeah. For every action, there has been an equal and opposite reaction, and it's been favoring the side of MU Clan. Now, this is a defensive-sided map, at least by major standards, right? Oh, my lord. Almost got the perfect timing there on the shot. Not
No way.
Find anything, however. They are going to get that back attic wall open, and it's going to be Gridlock to start moving up towards that window area.
He didn't lose a single bit of health.
Amazing. Must have just been on that bunk area.
Yeah, all of those shots running into the metal of the frame instead of right into Dolly on the Legion. But 4-0 to start this one off.
Pretty standard for the attack take here. You saw a Talon Shield on that backstage area. Talon Shield potentially up on that top attic area as well. You're gonna watch Osa get her shield, start placing inside that stage area, and hold the cross and set it for a plant. The problem is there's still a ton of intel on the board, and Echo, when we're in a defensive situation, knowledge isn't just power, but the key to winning the defense.
Oh, I was gonna say Echo doesn't want to put himself in the way there because he needs to be alive to be able to operate those drones. But is the plant gonna go down? He got it. He got it.
Lord, that was the most clutch Echo play I've ever seen. Must have got it in the last few seconds. Demented to find the casual grenade onto the back stairs to take reserve off the board. Now find ourselves in a 1v2, but oh no, still got to deal with the Fenrirs, and that of course gives away his location. He's got to make this from the top area. Legion ready to get active. Still has 2 goos in hand as well. That's going to be the Valkyrie. That's a coordinated effort there. That's a practiced move. Look at that. He said, did you see that? That was the nod. He said, okay, he's sitting down here on the back of stage. I'm going to hit him with the Echo drone and you swing him. And Legion said, okay.
Yep, exactly the way they expected that to play out. And 3-0. Dolly sitting at 6-0 to start this one off. Again, having an outsized role. I definitely need to confirm the 60 hertz monitor buff is alive and well in this grand final. You know what? Going into this, there's no way I would have said that Army of 5 goes down 2-0 to start and to win out, or for the MU clan to win out in a 3-0 and a best of 5. Nope, not in a million years would I have thought that. But we're not there yet.
That's true.
We're only halfway through the first half of this game.
Potential. Oh, of this game, yes. Halfway through the half of map number 3.
You know, if you do a little bit of simple math, that's a quarter of the way through.
I hate simple math, so I'll choose not to. Thank you.
After a little sipping and sieging, you know what I'm going to leave it at? Wow, MU crushing it right now, and that's good enough.
That's good enough for me, baby. Defense going to take it. Is that back up to the 2F side as the round rotate headed through on the first half of the map number 3? Be a lot of the same. Right, these are all operators we've seen utilized here. You have Dolly going to be getting active on that.
Oh no!
I was going to say on that roaming game, but he's also going to get active on that spawn peak. Nix to follow it up onto Icarus, and it is just starting to fall apart for Army of 5 here. Can't get an attack round started, and you know what? Plays into the mentality. Dolly is going to get taken off the board as they do find one of the refrags, but it's Homie is close. PK to follow up on that refrag, now taking us into a 4v2 situation. Those early peaks, that just is devastating. Yeah, devastating, and it plays into the mental, and all of a sudden you're down to vital operators. You have to redirect, and if you don't do it in time, then it's a good night. It is going to find the kill onto Warden. Nope, just the down, not the kill. He's going to complete that one. But he's got to know that somebody's sitting in here close. Dexy only sitting at that 3 and 4 for his KD, and I think that's a vital part of why we're seeing Army of 5 sitting at the scoreline in the city. He's not as active as he was in the first 2 maps, and unfortunately you can't put it all onto one man's shoulder. And normally you don't see that in the case of Army of 5, but they cannot get it going right now. Gonna take a timeout and talk about it.
Yeah, that's right. This is the perfect time to take a timeout, right? Maybe one round earlier even, but the way that particular round played out, going down to a 4v1 so early, like a minute and a half into that round, like you said, it got to be playing into the mental of this Army of 5 team. They've got the opportunity to stage a comeback here. It is defensive sided generally in the T4, T3 competitive scene, so certainly I think we'll see that happen, but it definitely feels like the MU clan has got Army of 5's number here and is putting up a heck of a show for the viewers tonight, getting to see just sort of an old-fashioned beatdown at this point is what it feels like. 4 in a row on Oregon to start? Ouch.
Yeah, in the symphony of strategy, the eyes and ears are king, and I tell you what, MU Clan using a great amount of intel and just capitalizing off of it, anticipating, like you said, Army of 5's every single move. So now, Army of 5 finds themselves down in the scoreline, but not out of it. In the state of the standard scoreline, if they can connect 1, they'll feel pretty good about going into defense. If they can get 2, then they're going to feel set and right, having hit the quota for what you need on the attack heading into your stronger defensive rounds.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
I guess we got to talk about it, right? 7 and 1. Dolly just having a phenomenal game. Puts himself back on to the back onto the shotgun, the undisputed kings of close quarter combat. Step 1, take out Dolly. Step 2, win round. Is that where we're at?
That's what it feels like at this point, and certainly as we were into the start of Kafe, we were not going to see that, right? He was killless going through most of that game before breaking his monitor and having an absolute turnaround at that point.
That's right. He seems to be conducting the orchestra of victory. Take out the conductor. Have a chance of fighting back. 4-0, Army of 5 needs to come alive right here. To do so, they got to attack that bunker area. They brought out the Jackal. Helps us have some of that roam game we were talking about that is just so hot and heavy. Oh, here we go.
Speaking of roam game.
Yep. And there it is. That's gonna work in the favor of the attackers. They're gonna start to set up some of those rotates now. Jackal finding the kill onto Doc, and that's your health off the board, right? In this game of bits and pieces being taken off of each other, that could be a potentially huge pick.
Well, now we've got a full bunker back down for the defense. The MU clan is all downstairs in the basement, allowing the Army of 5 team to complete their setup exactly the way they want upstairs. Hatches open, positions set up exactly. They don't have to worry about a roamer at this point. So the question is, can they convert that vertical control into a round win?
Definitely a good way to start it out. Body balance is tipped in favor of Army of 5. Got a minute and a half still left on the board. Oh, but Dolly getting active on the hatch, not to be deterred by the opening that is potential up top destruction. It's going to be Jackal to suss him out. But you're going to have to drop to take that gunfight.
Trying to be able to suss another one out here. Is he still able to get that footprint? No, I'm surprised he didn't take it. I guess they know that they've got a player playing right in that corner.
I'm sorry,
he's made it. He made it into Harry Potter and having to fight completely blind at that point. Dolly grabbing another, but finally going to fall. Okay, 4v3. Still the advantage here to Army of 5 as they're pushing this, but the defense have got their position set up. Do have some assets in place here for Army of 5, though. Already has a little bit of this laundry control. No, a double from reserve? Stocky is the only one left that can finally help them pull out their first round win here on Oregon. It felt good to start with, but boy, the double, their unfortunate reserve was able to clutch that up and really put the MU clan in a great position.
15 seconds remaining.
He does not have Diffuser. Gonna have to win on kills, but no. Gave away his position, killing Nyx, and then Reserve grabbing a triple there to finish out the round, holding a tight angle in Laundry. Round 6, with MU up 5-0 to start. No, I can say for sure now that this is definitely not where we expected this to be. Army of 5 has got to pull out a miracle at this point, it feels like, in order to push the next map, because I know we said at the during the last map, Border is Whiskey Glitter's favorite map, but Chalet is mine, and so Chalet here is map number 4, and I really want to see these two teams duke it out in the French Alps. See who is going to be the best here in the Skyline Gaming Weekly Series Grand Final. Really similar setup here from the MU clan, using the castle to block off the split, so that way they can try and hold without much danger there. Hold the normal plant, and they've got attic reinforced off, and they've got half of the wall reinforced, hopefully to hold off a potential Osa play, but. Not going to be Osa this time. We've got Stocky playing the Monty instead.
I like that play. I like the Monty play, the walking drone, the mountain himself. Are they going to be able to combat that intel? Echo, Mozzie, and Valkyrie.
They're going to go for the meeting plant.
Not a bad call here.
Oh, the foot!
Like
no! The shield?
And they are going to get him down. That is a tough play as PK finds himself a double on the potential.
No way.
The triple. Oh, no. And with that, it's Diffuser cold. And that is, oh, man, that's rough. That's looking like we're potential here for a 6-0 half, and that is not the place that you want to be on the map number 3 in a best of 5. There we go. It's LED5 going to claim the life of PK, and that's going to get a little bit closer to evening up this body count here. Demented getting active on the inside. Oh, going to find one onto Nyx, and that's going to get a little bit closer. So now one down in the body balance. Still got a ton of intel. There we go. They're going to try to get the plant down again, but it's going to be a good night. And that is tough. Dolly putting that beat down onto Padip. Now all leaving on the shoulders of Demented, who is not going to be able to capitalize. PK with that early round aggression. Caught him slipping, put him sleeping. And this is looking devastating for Army of 5.
Oh, I can't believe we're doing this early into the round. Oregon, a 6-0 half from the MU clan. The Army of 5 is going to need a reverse sweep, and Porkins in the chat called it out, my friend. We need to hydrate, so a big cheers to you, my friend.
Oh, let me grab my cup.
Need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Ayo, let's go.
You're going to get another one for that. Let's go. It was a double. Woo!
Whoa.
All right, I said it while you were gone, but Chalet, it's the next map, and I know Border is your favorite. Chalet is mine. We need to see Army of 5 pull off a 6-0 here to push it to OT to prove that that this was that they were not ready to end it on Oregon.
Yeah, yep. They gotta be perfect here for 6 in a row. And it is going to be Active City on the side of the attackers. Amaru, Ram, Sens, Gridlock. They know it's coming. They are set up for that.
That's right. And it is. Looks like a 5-man push from...
The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
Oh, Stocky.
Okay,
All right.
Stocky gonna find that. That's a good way to start that, is Amaru's gonna take it off the board. Okay, does get evened up. Is Dolly gonna find the dome piece of Dexy? Sheesh.
10 and 2. What a round. And Reserve grabbing another. 8 and 2 for Reserve.
Oh my lord, Whiskey, it's starting to get a little bit nervous here. Now we do have Sens holding on to the long angle, maybe not knowing that Frost is down there. It is going to be Ayana to take a little bit of damage, but able to preserve her life, and it's going to be Padip finding his way on the flank. Ram goes down, Ayana goes down, it does get trade now into a 2v2. Dolly finds it into a 2v1, and Army of 5 looking at securing their first round, potentially, but they gotta know if Wacko's coming up this back end. It is hide and seek, peek and delete.
They know he's coming
yeah,
late.
that's gonna be a little bit of a sound cue.
Rotate back down.
Oh, just about find some of that shots from below, but not gonna quite get there.
Making sure that it wasn't sitting exactly top weight to swing the walk up the stairs, but no, he's going to go main, and the beeper gives him away.
Yeah, and unfortunately, they're going to know exactly, well, fortunately for Army of 5, they're going to know where he's coming from. Now, we've seen a gridlock clutch up. It was on the opposite side, I believe. But still, the potentiality, right? That gun is absolutely devastating. But Oregon, especially on the 2F scenario, you got the crosses set up pretty far in advance, or pretty far apart. Waiting for it, peeking it.
No, he's gonna
Oh,
siege
my
timing
Lord.
and switch off the angle.
Now, will this help him capitalize in the last 30 seconds?
He's gonna
Oh,
cover,
yeah.
trying to push through attic, knowing that angle was covered.
Oh. Does get sussed out on the shot. Now she knows she needs to take it from that angle. No, she doesn't. That's gonna find a kill.
There it is!
And that's gonna be Army of 5's first round and potential start of the comeback.
It's time to power up, my friend, as we head into round 8. Finally, we're back on match point, but now Army of 5 with grabbing that first round. That, again, if you're just joining us, this is a best of 5 between Army of 5 versus the MU clan. MU won 7-3 on Kafe. Border, they took 7-5. Slightly better performance there from Army of 5, but this round has gone all in favor of MU. Now, finally, we're getting to see Army of 5 on defense.
Yep, which is something that they're known for. They're known for their aggression, but I don't know if they bring that out here. You gotta have something, but the thing is, you still have to find a way to deal with Dolly, who's sitting at 11-3. Still gotta find a way to deal with Reserve, who's sitting at that 8-3. I mean, you gotta stop these folks. You gotta stop them to have a chance at it. They get 1 on the board. Gotta be perfect for 5 more to send us into an OT here on map number 3.
10 seconds left.
But man, do I want to see that map 3. And okay, here it is. Here's that Army of 5 setup with the Azami barricades on the bunker door.
I love the ops being utilized here for this bunker strat. A little bit of nod towards tradition with that Goyo, little Goyo touch at the end. Fenrir and those fear cans going to make that push down just a little bit tougher. Put them on the standard spots. You know it's going to be quick. Nick's on that Grim. Going to be filling that place up with some bees, baby. Still relying pretty heavily on the intel, even on the other side of the board. Twitch, Dokkaebi, and Grim, all intel ops to provide some of that.
Oh, what a shot. We were about to spectate Ash, and unfortunate, she's off the board with that. What a kill.
Deleted. Good night. That's Wacko gonna be gone. Body bounce tip in favor of Army of 5. And yeah, it's back on that peak zone. That's a tough one to get in through. Gotta be perfect on the shot. Maybe send a nade in. There isn't any projectile denial on here, so a well-placed nade could spell the end of it.
And definitely did not have a good way to get in there. I mean, it was forcing the drone to fight.
Trying to get Twitch active and get some of these Goyos opened up, and it is going to be Dolly to find the kill on Demented, even it up. That body balance now puts us into a 4v4 with the last minute and 30 still on the board. They're going to get that verticality opened up. Buck not be able to do much, but he does bring those can openers. She'll help open up that vertical hold.
That same setup we're seeing with Army of 5 now bunkered back down, all 4 now down in sight, so it leaves the MU clan the ability to try and get themselves set up upstairs for the push.
Oh, okay. Good night. PK to find Stocky on the weird walk around. That was a wide swing for no reason and pays the price for that. Now body bounce tipped in favor of MU clan. And there's going to be the bees. Dolly finds it onto Dexy. Whiskey is now into a 4v1, all resting on the shoulders of Padip, who finds himself...
No!
It's too late, and the gaming cosmos erupt in thunderous applause of triumph. And in the blink of an eye, the grand finals are over, leaving an indelible mark on the tapestry of esports. MU taking down the back-to-back champions and saying there will be no three-peat, there will be no dynasty. It was the best of 5, and it only took 3, my friends. Holy cow. MU showing up and showing out.
Oh, wow. You know, man, I'm feeling blown away. MU just putting out an incredible performance in this grand final. 7-3, 7-5, and then closing it out in a 7-1 on Oregon.
Crazy, man. It just, MU just showed up and wanted it a little bit more. I call it complacency, call it we'll get them on the next week. I don't know. Army of 5 slept in on this one as they fall 3-0 to the MU clan. And MU stopping that reign of terror. All right, folks, so we're going to try and get ourselves somebody to talk about it. So sit back and relax. When we come back, we're going to get answers at the bottom here with the Whiskey Boys. Hey-o!
Let's go.
What's up, and welcome back, fellow Siege spectators and players. It's the Skyline Gaming Community Best of 5 Grand Finals, and it only took 3. And the last one, well, I tell you what, it was dramatic. We're going to talk about it here. We've got Nix. Welcome and congratulations, my friend. What a huge victory.
Thank you.
How does it feel to emerge as the Grand Finals and taking down Army of 5, who was, the back-to-back champions, looking for that three-peat?
It feels good. We put a lot of work into this. Honestly, we've been scrimming the last look at the calendar. We've been scrimming the last 2 months consistently. So we've been grinding hard, and it feels good to come out on top finally.
Yeah, I was going to say, walk us through what some of that preparation leading up to the match is. Like, what were the specific strategies? Was it VOD review against Army of 5 specifically, or just general gameplay on your guys' part?
A lot of VOD reviewing going on here. So we got the lab. We're all together in the same spot, basically. We got a nice camp area, so we've been together, and we've been VOD reviewing like crazy, and we just know them inside and out, honestly.
Oh yeah, gotcha. How do you guys maintain such effective communication during those high pressure situations? Like, especially when it's coming down to like the 1v2s and you got to get the double clutch up. Well, I mean, how do you guys maintain that communication through that? Does it go silent and wait for the clutch up, or is it the constant call and ping out? What's happening in those scenarios?
We go dead silent, honestly. We're just locked in. We're so locked in.
Oh,
Except for
yeah.
sometimes PK has an outburst. And it's kind of funny. I probably can't say it on stream, but yeah.
Probably not.
You probably can't.
But yeah, we're for the most part we're pretty dialed in. We got our eyes on the prize.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how it is.
Yeah, trying to get that bag, trying to get to that big stage in Copenhagen or Winnipeg or wherever the heck it's at.
Atlanta.
That's where it was this last one. That's right. So looking back at this grand final, is there a moment or was there a time that you guys knew that you were locking in and smooth sailing? Was there guys were pretty dominant throughout it, even though there was a back and forth on map 2. Was there a moment where you guys went, okay, you know what, this is ours, we've got it?
I mean, we never underestimate our opponents, honestly. So we had respect for them the entire time. So we never that never came until the last round, maybe.
Yeah, until
Yeah.
So what is the? Go ahead.
We were just locked in.
Let's go. What does this championship mean for you guys? What's it mean going forward? And the next couple of steps for your comp experience?
I think we honestly just might disband now because, we got nothing else to win for.
You hit the pinnacle, and that's it. It's time. It's over. The time is ending.
Yeah, I mean, it's just how it is sometimes. Sure you guys understand.
True.
Yep. Hey, yeah, we see it all the time. Sure.
MU is. I think there was some chat right at the beginning. Is a collegiate team, or are you guys attending the same different universities?
We're all collegiate players. We go to different schools though.
Okay.
Yeah, we got to lock in. Collegiate season's picking back up after Thanksgiving. We got to lock in. Collegiate's like the equivalent of pro league nowadays, so we're all back in the lab.
We love us some collegiate play. That is for damn sure. Well, I'd like to ask this question to everybody, right? It's in nod to one of my favorite European casters, Caster Rhino, and he asks if you could delete an operator forever. Goodbye, gone, sayonara, see you later. Who are you taking off the board?
Probably Wamai.
Oh, that's a spicy call. Bit of a hot take. I like it.
Yeah.
How come Wamai specifically?
I feel like it'd be really chaotic, just another denial operator just off the board.
Excellent. So some people just want to watch the world burn, and you're one of those folks. I'm
definitely one of those folks.
You heard it here, folks. Well, anything you'd like to say to anybody still watching and hanging out with us?
I want to give a shout out to my Pookie Bear PK.
Pookie Bear PK.
Yep, that's all.
Let's go. Big shouts. Well, it was a big dub. You guys did it dramatically. It was the underdog story as the reigning back-to-back champions were coming into it, and you handled it swiftly. So congratulations again. I hope to be seeing some more gameplay. Maybe not if you're not on the same team, at least somewhere.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
All right, folks. Well, we did it. It was the grand final. It was a best of 5, but it only took 3. That's a big GG. And congratulations to MEU clan as they bested Army of 5. What you think, Whiskey?
Yeah, definitely congrats again to the MU clan. You guys played a fantastic game, right? 3 maps in a row. I don't think anybody expected that. And again, nice job. Congratulations to the Army of Five for making it to this point, right? They earned their spot in the grand final, had won the previous 2, but seeing as how it's a weekly series, I think we're going to see these guys back and fighting for that next grand final coming up in the future. So congrats to both teams. Appreciated everybody joining us. There's a lot of Siege you could be watching. We're glad you were here with the Siege Double Shot on the Skyline Community Gaming.
Yeah, and speaking of Skyline Community Gaming, we just appreciate you letting the Whiskey Boys come out and hang out, do a little bit of couch casting, a little sipping and sieging. So big shout out. Hey, get around this community, right? It's fun. It's got some just top tier level talent. So if you make it any sort of distance in the Skyline realm, you know that you put up one hell of a freaking fight. So get as Tom J would say, get amongst it, get around it. This is a really fun community to be in. But if you liked us, the Whiskey Boys specifically, love us, hate us, why don't you add us? We're on Twitter, and I am at glitter_whiskey. He is at racing ENGR, and we want to talk about it. Hot takes, cold takes, just send them to us. We want to argue about it. What'd you like? What'd you hate?
And he does
Hit me
mean
up
it.
and
He
it's a
wants to
date.
argue about everything. That's right. Bring it on.
That's right, baby. Oh, well, Whiskey, I think we've done it, my friend.
Indeed.
Look forward to that Skyline Gaming Community Weekly Series number 5 coming back up. What's it? Next week, I guess. It should be a fun time. Hopefully you see some Whiskey Boy action involved in there as well. But until then, my friends, we've reached the dreaded part of the evening, the long southern goodbye. And as the lights start to dim and the jukebox plays closing time, my friends, you don't have to go home.
But you can't stay here.
Heyo.
Let's go.